Today we're turning this pondless waterfall into a pond. Good morning, everybody. It's Jack from Atlantis Water Gardens. Today we're in Florham Park, New Jersey. We have an existing pondless waterfall that was actually built a couple weeks ago. This backyard had an entire landscape installation, and this pondless waterfall was part of that. The problem that we're having is, I don't know if you can hear that, it's sucking air. As soon as you turn it on, it pretty much starts to lose water. And this is not exactly what the customer had in mind when they were thinking about a water feature. They were hoping for something more natural looking that had some pooling areas where they could have some aquatic planting and maybe some water showing down here. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna remove this entire water feature, put in our Tranquility Pond, which is a 7x10 footprint. We're gonna take and move the waterfall over to here and give it a more naturalistic look. We are gonna reuse a lot of the stonework that's here, so it'll be interesting to see what our rendition of a waterfall looks like compared to this one. We're gonna jump right into it, get all this stuff out of here, excavate for our pond, and start building this thing. Got liner in the pond. We are ready to start rocking. Drew is down the bottom installing our fish cave. We start out with ADS road pipe. It's a structural pipe that's used for road drainage, so it's really strong. That's going to go inside our fabric so we protect the liner, make sure none of those sharp edges touch that rubber liner. Once he gets that in place, we can then rock it in and completely disguise it, giving the fish a place to go hide from the sun, from predators, and just hang out and feel like they're in a cave, I guess. We've got two levels in this pond. This lower level is down at 2 foot deep. Then we jump up about a foot, creating a shelf for our larger rockwork, which is going to comprise the top of our pond. Skimmer is in. We're going to go ahead and cut in the faceplate for that so we get our watertight seal. This way the water can get inside there, feed the pump that is going to feed the top of our waterfall. Speaking of top of waterfall, that is our biofalls filter, which is going to be installed right about there, and that will start our waterfall. When this is all finished, you will not see any of these components. You won't see the liner, you won't see anything in the skimmer, and you won't see that biofalls filter. You're just going to see a natural looking, beautiful water feature. Okay, we are about to start my favorite pond of every pond build. Did I say that? Did I say pond? Man, amateurs. Okay, we are about to start my favorite part of every water feature build, and that is the waterfall. We've got our skimmer on this end, which means I want my waterfall at the far end. It's gonna get that good push of debris going across the whole pond. This makes perfect sense to put the waterfall on this side. What we're going to do here is, I've got my biofall set. That's the elevation I'm gonna be starting my waterfall. I want to travel down along the side here and end up in the pond. Right now I know my water level is about right here, so I want to have a good 6 or 7 inches above that before I cut my shelf. So I'll use my laser, I'll figure out my elevation there, go up 6 inches. I'm going to cut this out for a pooling area, and then I'll have a waterfall that feeds it from here. So I'll probably get 1, 2, 3 cascades coming into this pond, which for a water garden this size is going to make a tremendous impact. It's going to look fantastic coming through stream areas, pool areas, cascades coming into this little pond. A lot of action. Let's get it rolling.
Hey guys, as you can see, we've got most of the pond totally rocked in. Got a couple of lights we added into the second shelf here. Gonna add a couple more lights here in the waterfall that we're currently building. But the next step, and probably one of the most important steps, is getting this faceplate sealed to the front of our biofalls. Using our silicone, a real thick bead around the edge is gonna give us a watertight seal between the liner and the faceplate. This way, all the water that comes up and over is gonna do just that. It's going to go in and not leak behind the biofalls. So this here is probably one of our most crucial steps in the pond building process. So we'll get to it.
Stay tuned.
Waterfall is just about finished. We've got our drop going down into the pond, framed by these nice large pieces of moss rock. This is going to be a pooling area, a stream. The water's going to fall off of there. Check out this rock, first of all. How cool is that thing with like that craggy little cutout there? The water's going to be dropping down that little chasm and off the side, down into here, making its way to the pond. And then you've got the biofalls, which is starting to be disguised now. There'll be water coming off of this rock here. Again, another pooling area. Coming off of there, we've got lights going in here, so this is going to look fantastic when it's finished. Not much longer now until we're going to be filling up the pond with water, finishing up those edges, and plugging the pump in. Stick around.
That's good, huh? That's what we wanted. I'm amazed that you guys did it so quickly. It looks really, really natural. Much better than the old thing we had. I'm glad we went with the stream because I think it adds a different dimension to the pond.
And we love the way you guys made it look as though it's been here 10 years.
I know.
Right from the day it was built.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Well, I mean, I think that what's nice is, you know, the water plants, the lilies. I think they've added some scale to it from the standpoint of providing some perspective.
And some pops of color.
And some pops of color. You know, again, I think the way you also move some of our existing plants around and making it look very natural. So I was imagining that within a year or two, once it's all filled in, it will look like it's been here centuries. Yeah, no, we love it. We love everything about it. And if you can't pick up the sound of the music on the audio, trust me, it's lovely.